Hi, and welcome to the Happy AI Show. Today, I am going to be talking about the best ChatGPT prompts for small business owners. How good does that sound? I am Julie Begbie. I am your friendly AI confidence coach. And today, you're going to walk away with some prompts that you can practically use in your business. Whether you need help writing, planning, creating, or just getting out of your own way, these are the prompts I use daily and prompts that I teach inside my AI Confidence Club. Here's the truth. If you're not getting the results that you want from ChatGPT, the problem isn't you. The problem is not ChatGPT. The problem is your prompt. AI is not smart on its own, but it's brilliant when you give it the right instructions. So let me save you hours of faffing about and share some exact words that are going to be game changers in your business. I'm going to give you 5 prompts today. First one, for writing a caption, I want you to say, act like a friendly UK small business owner writing a social post. The tone should be warm, a bit cheeky, and helpful. Replace those as appropriate for your business. The topic is insert topic. Keep it short and reliable. Sorry, relatable. I'm reading it out. Keep it short and relatable. What that does is it gives a context. So it's like, who is writing this post? So ChatGPT now understands who's writing it. What tone? So what is it? How is it supposed to communicate? And also, what's the outcome? Like, what is the person supposed to get from reading the post? So it's a nice, short, succinct prompt, but it's much better than write me a social media post about this when we tell people like they act as at the beginning. Number 2, for writing a sales page, or if you're creating an offer for a product or service. Help me write a short, non-pushy sales page for my offer. Act as an award-winning copywriter. My audience is, describe your audience, and I want to sound human, clear, and kind. So again, can you see the level of detail we're given? And these are just very short examples of prompts. I actually love prompts that go into paragraphs and paragraphs because you can really, really hone the output by saving prompts or reusing prompts that get to, so for example, in this one I'm talking about here, a prompt to create a sales page, what I've shared with you here will create something reasonable. If you have a prompt that's 3, 4, 5 paragraphs that goes through exactly how a sales page should be structured, etc., and you say, help me write a short non-pushy sales page. It's non-pushy sales page for my offer. My audience is this, and I want it to sound like this. And then you use the prompt, you're going to get something that is so much more useful and sounds so much more like you. The third one, for repurposing content. So you can take a YouTube video, you can take a caption, you can take a post, but you just take a piece of content that you've created and ask ChatGPT to rewrite it as a blog, as a bio, as an intro to whatever, a newsletter, as a 60-second video script. So you tell it all the things that you want to repurpose the piece of content that you've created in, and just let it get on with it. Then when it creates it, you want to iterate. So remember, it's always AI plus human. So you want to go, okay, let's have a look at that video script. I wouldn't say this. I'm not going to say this. And so again, it's AI speeds the first bit up. Human comes in, that's you. And you change it and go, I'd like it to be more like that. And then AI can come in again and find and polish it. The way ChatGPT works brilliantly is when we use it together. The fourth one is for idea generation. So I'm just saying to you there, take a piece of content you've created. What if you're like, Julie, I haven't created a piece of content for ages because I can't think of what to do. Then you can use ChatGPT and go, give me 20 content ideas for my small business. I like to give it a specific number. So 20 is good because a lot of them you're not going to like. And if it gives me 20 and I go, yeah, there's none of them dying about, I'll go, give me another 20. Let's give me another 20. Or I like this one, give me 4 variations or 10 variations or 20 variations of this one. But for idea generation, we want to go, give me 20 content ideas that blend tips, personal stories, and behind the scenes activities. So it doesn't come out with some things that are just all sales posts or all behind the scenes. And you can say to it, the purpose of these ideas is I want to spark connection. Like, so think about what's your ultimate goal and then go, right, if I'm generating ideas, they have to be in some way linked to that personal goal at the end. And number 5 is for confidence. It's the one I always come back to. So there are so many really specific ways you can use ChatGPT. I think it's a really, really good coach. They've actually, when ChatGPT was first launched, there was a bit of concern that as a coach, it would just always kind of be your cheerleader and it would big up what you do. That has changed now, where they've brought in medical experts, industry experts, advisory boards, and they've changed it so that it is more thoughtful. It is more probing in terms of the questions that it will ask you. But for example, now, if you were to ask it, should I break up with my boyfriend? It's not going to give you a yes or no answer. It's going to tell you the sorts of things that you need to be asking yourself for you to make that decision. So that's why I think AI is a really great coach. And say you're just feeling a bit stuck, a bit low on the roller coaster that is being a small business owner. I absolutely thrive on positive feedback, right? And it's taken me, well, I've understood this for 20 years, but I didn't know this in the first part of my career. And I remember I used to go into my appraisals and I would be like, they would go, right, Julie, so this is a 5, this is a 5, this is a 5, but report writing, you're just a 3 for that. My attention to detail has always been terrible. It's never anything I'm going to be good at, but I felt that the whole appraisal was always like, that's great, but let's really focus on this thing that you're not as good at. And that just was hugely frustrating for me. I used to come out of those meetings and I would just feel like really, really like demotivated, because I would think, are we not going to talk about my brilliance? And when I was starting in my career, I didn't feel confident to have those conversations. But actually now, and I'm self-employed now, but if I'm going in to work with a client or if I'm doing a consultancy piece for an organization, I just say to them right at the beginning, it's dead important for you to tell me what I'm doing well and give me good positive feedback, like more than you think you would need to do, because that's my field. That's what I absolutely run on. And sometimes if I don't get it, and I can't force people to give it to me, sometimes if I don't get it, I go into ChatGPT and I go, just remind me why I'm brilliant at what I do. Like I'm feeling a bit wobbly. Use kind motivational language and reflect back some of my strengths. And it's brilliant. And what it'll do is it'll pull back testimonials that it understands from the past. So it won't just be, I think you're great, Julie. It'll go, do you remember? So you might be having a wobbly day, but do you remember a month ago you got this Google review from Sheena and Sheena said this? And you're like, oh yeah. Because sometimes a day isn't going as well as it could. And then you're like, oh yeah, do you remember when Sheena said you completely changed her life? I feel better now. So I love using it. I absolutely love using it as a coach. So the prompts are when you are getting it to write a caption, write you some content, for writing a sales page or offer, for repurposing content that you have written, for idea generation, and for confidence when you get stuck. Prompts are really powerful. And I hope the 5 prompts that I've shared here with you today have sparked some kind of idea in you. And something I always say, you've taken the time to watch or listen to this episode. Just take one thing away from it and try it. Do one thing differently. And that makes listening to this, watching this, a good investment of your time. Prompts are really powerful. But the real magic happens when you edit the response so it sounds like you, when you give the information in the first place, when you add to the prompt so that it's coming from your genius, your uniqueness, the thing that you're bringing to the world, your voice, your lived experience, like your spark. People connect on energy, right? The energy that you put into your post, you can hear it. Like you can hear it. I'm a fan of scheduling content in advance because it's really important to be consistent. And when you get really great content scheduled in advance, it works fantastically for your business. But I'm also a fan of posting in the moment because that's when the energy is. That's when you've got the spark. That's what makes people connect to you. Okay. All of the 5 prompts and more are inside my Simpler Marketing with AI starter kit. They're probably phrased in a slightly different way, but I've got plenty of additional prompts in there. Grab it now if you haven't already and start using an AI in a way that feels joyful and easy for you. And if you want weekly support, if you want guided sessions, if you want a community that really gets you, come and join my AI Confidence Club. You bring the brilliance and I'll bring the bots. See you next time.
You bring the brilliance, I'll bring the bots, turning big dreams into why nots. You've watched the Happy AI show, now it's your turn. Go take action, implement, and watch your business burn bright. Dare to dream.